Albatross. Run the Nagasaki main line on the 2 stars 4047.
Part 2.
A beautiful journey through western Kyushu.
I am heading to Heisenhama Station on a tourist train called the 2 stars 4047. This is the continuation of the video about the 2 stars 4047.
Good morning.
I'm Albatross.
I am Jay.
The 2 stars 4047 is a tourist express train operated by JR Kyushu that runs between Takeo Onsen Station and Nagasaki Station, mainly on weekends. The 2 stars 4047 has arrived at Heisenhama Station. At Heisenhama Station, locals are selling local sake and snacks. Here, I bought some Amazake non-alcoholic sweet sake. It was probably Amazake from Mitsutake Brewery. Mitsutake Brewery is a sake brewery founded in 1688 that produces many different brands of sake and shochu. It was very delicious Amazake. The Nagasaki main line is electrified up to Heisenhama Station, but is not electrified after the station. There are a fair number of trains running from Heisenhama towards Kohoku, but there are very few trains heading towards Nagasaki. The entire Nagasaki main line was once electrified, but the section south of Heisenhama became non-electrified section after Nishi Kyushu Shinkansen opened.
Why did they put it back to non-electrified?
As I mentioned earlier, the section south of Heisenhama has few passengers, so they decided to discontinue electrified section, which would have been costly, and instead went with the cost-saving non-electrification option.
May I have attention, please? The next stop is Tara Station. At Tara Station, we will make a 7-minute stop. Please get onto the train when the bell rings.
The announcement said earlier that you can see the gravitational pull of the moon. What does that mean?
The sea has high tides and low tides because of the gravitational pull of the moon.
What? The moon, which is 380,000 kilometers away, has that kind of power?
I'm more surprised that Jay can say 380,000 kilometers. Tara Town calls itself as a town where you can see the gravitational pull of the moon, but, in reality, gravity is not visible. However, after spending half a day in Tara Town and experiencing the tidal range of the Ariake Sea, you may believe that gravitational pull of the moon is visible.
ご乗車ありがとうございます。まもなくタラで開くドアと足元にご注意ください。この駅の発車時刻は11時41分です。発車2分前にメールをお知らせします。お乗り遅れのないようご注意ください。
The 2 Stars 4047 arrives at Tara Station, located in Tara Town, a town where the gravity of the moon can be seen. On the platform at Tara Station, there is a sign that says the town where you can see the gravitational pull of the moon. The Bell of Happiness stands next to the sign. Now the bell rings to signal the departure, and the passengers began to return to the train. At Tara Station, nothing was sold, unlike at Kahoku and Heisenhama stations. I assumed that the train stopped here to allow the passengers ring the bell of happiness.
JR 九州をご利用くださいましてありがとうございます。この列車は特急たつ星4047長崎行きです。列車はすべて指定席です。次は小長井です。
Until now, the Nagasaki main line runs away from the Ariake Sea, but from here it will run along the sea.
The biggest mud flood in Japan will be seen at low tide. Please enjoy the wonderful views from the window. およそ5分で小長井に到着します。小長井では1990年に開催された長崎旅博覧会で長崎に訪れる人々の心を和ませるために当時の小長井町が設置したクルーズバス停があります。クルーズバス停のある通りは沖縄クルーズバス停通りと呼ばれ、日米のメロン、ピザ、トマト、天茶の全5種類16基のバス停がご覧いただけます。皆様の可愛らしいクルーズバス停を見にお出かけになってはいかがでしょうか。小長駅には6分間停車します。お降りのお客様は必ず貴重品をお持ちいただきますようお願いいたします。発車時刻は12時6分です。3分内にベルでお知らせします。お乗り遅れのないようご注意ください。
May I have your attention, please? The next stop is Kanagai Station. At Kanagai Station, we will make 6-minute stop. Please return to the train when the bell rings.
Jay, what are you saying?
Because there were no announcements in English, so I did it.
Oh, really? By the way, you're a great announcer. So, I arrived at Kanagai Station. Kanagai Station is very close to the Ariake Sea, or rather Isahaya Bay. There used to be a town called Kanagai, but it is now part of Isahaya City. The photo of the two stars 4047 and the sea is beautiful. One more photo. The two stars 4047 is waiting to depart from Kanagai Station. The sea in front of us is Isahaya Bay, and beyond that is the Shimabara Peninsula. The two stars 4047 departed from Kanagai. The Shimabara Peninsula is home to a volcano called Mount Uinzen. Mount Uinzen is actually the collective name for several volcanoes. The two stars 4047 will soon be arriving at Isahaya, its final stop before Nagasaki. As mentioned on the announcement earlier, Isahaya Station is served by 3 JR lines, the Nishi-Kyushu Shinkansen, the Nagasaki Main Line, and the Omura Line, and the Shimabara Railway Line also comes to this station. Isahaya City is a unique city surrounded by 3 seas, Isahaya Bay to the east, Tachibana Bay to the south, and Omura Bay to the west. It has the 3rd largest population in Nagasaki Prefecture, after Nagasaki City and Sasebo City. The two stars 4047 arrives at Isahaya Station, the central station of Isahaya City. The 2 stars 4047 has departed from Isahaya Station. Several passengers got off at Isahaya. They probably got off to catch the Shinkansen from Isahaya. After passing Kikitsa Station, the 2 stars 4047 will travel along the old Nagasaki main line. The Nagasaki main line, indicated in red, splits into two. The northern line is the old one. The 2 stars 4047 passed Nishi Isahaya Station and is heading towards Kikitsa Station. Kikitsa Station is where the new and old lines diverge, and the train travels on the old line from this station. It seems that the train will make an operational stop here. I expected a train exchange would be made here, but the train departed without any action. The 2 stars 4047 will soon cross the Kikitsagawa River. The new and old lines cross the river on different train bridges and run on different routes. The old line runs along Omura Bay, while the new line takes a shortcut to Nagasaki Station by running in the mountains. Omura Bay comes into view. Later, the 2 stars 4047 arrived at Nagasaki Station. In the next video, I will ride the Omura line on the regional rapid, seaside liner, which runs along Omura Bay. I had a light lunch at Nagasaki Station, so I'd like to introduce it to you. The place I went to was a standing bar called Tat Tam Bar. What an unusual name! I've been to this place a few years ago. It was when Nagasaki Station was still an above-ground station before the new station building was built. This is a standing bar where you can drink sake, shochu, beer, and more. First, a draft beer. Then some Odin. In this video, I introduced the 2 star 4047. Thank you for watching my video. That's it from Albatross and Jay. This channel mainly deals videos about travels using trains. If you like such topics, please subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.